Welcome to a new video. In this video, I'll be explaining to you 5 things I had to learn as a filmmaker. Now, these were not things I learned by making one mistake. This has been a journey of more than 5 years as a young filmmaker and business owner, with things I just had to learn. And sometimes I didn't even see what I was doing wrong. And then eventually I had to learn again and again and again. And these will be things that I'll be taking with me through my filmmaking journey and that you can take with you if you're starting out or if you're already a filmmaker. You can probably keep these as a reminder to yourself when working with other people. So let's get right into it. Number one is focus on providing as much value as you can as a business owner. So when I was starting out as a filmmaker, it was just a hobby. I was just creating content which I liked, which I thought was cool, which I thought was great looking, which I think it was. It was cool, it looked cool, it was fun, it was creative, and that's what it was. But as a business owner, if you're working with other business owners, other companies, they're looking for the value that you can provide for their business. They don't care about what you think is cool or what you want to do. They care about what it does for their business. So this is why you should focus on providing as much value to businesses as possible. So if you're working with a little cafe down the road from where you live, you would have a totally different approach working with them instead of a large international company that's trying to increase their sales by using your photos. For example, the value that you can provide for a small business like a cafe would be to have a beautiful picture printed on their wall, which their customers can enjoy looking at. Whereas working with a huge international company, like for example a clothing brand, would be, for example, to get a certain video or a certain photo made that increases their sales yearly because it looks better, because it's psychologically more sellable, the clothing looks more appealing. That's why the business increases their sales because of you. So that's a very different way of increasing value. And to get to those places of where a business is paying you because their sales increase, you have to increase the value that you add to that business way more, and you have to convince them as well as of your value. Yeah. Here's my bro. What's up? Right. So number 2 would be, there's always a win-win situation to be found. So for example, you want to travel to Mexico, and there's a company out in Mexico that needs to get a photo of their boat. They're doing boat excursions, they're taking people on their boat, and they need someone to take their videos. So for example, this can be you, and they're taking you on a 1-week trip to Mexico. They're flying you out, they're paying you, and this way you can visit Mexico while working with this company. So you're getting what you want and they're getting what they want. So like point number 1 says, provide as much value to a business as possible. But this doesn't mean that you shouldn't think about what you want and what the ideal situation would be for you. This is also where price comes in. You say you want to do a video shoot for $2,000. The client says, I only have $1,000. Well, that's for you to decide if you still would be happy to do it for 1,500 euros. Or if you don't want to do it for 1,500, then 2,000 is your max. Let's say you want to do it for 1,500 euros and the client says, I would like to do it for 1,500 euros, then that's your win-win situation. You're doing something you both want to do and you're both providing value to each other. Now, if the client only wants to do it for 1,000 euros and you say, I don't want to do it for 1,000 euros, then the win-win situation would be to not be working together. Number 3 is the importance of your environment. Now, most filmmakers are creative, so I'm assuming you're a creative person as well. And for most creatives, their environment is very important to them. I used to live in the Netherlands, and in the Netherlands, like pretty much half a year, it's dark, gray, or raining. Well, it's not necessarily dark half a year, but the weather is pretty bad there. So what I think of this as a creative person, I think you need some kind of fuel to be inspired, and that's why you see this tropical place behind me. I'm in the Philippines right now, and so one of the reasons I do this is because I get a lot of inspiration here. I look into the ocean, I see surfers, I see palm trees, I see like so much that gives me inspiration and fuel to create something beautiful like this scene in nature, because our environment is what we become. You've probably heard the saying before, you become like the 5 people you spend most time with, and that is true, but that also goes for your environment. With some people, every place is amazing, but what I'm saying is that some places just cause more inspiration and more creativity to flourish than the other. That brings us to number 4, your network is your net worth. This may be a bit of a cringy saying, but this is very true. It's not about what you know, but it's about who you know. Let me give you an example. One client led me to working with unlimited other clients, because I did a shoot for him at an event where there was about 12 other people. This led me to working with one of them, which led me to working with 3 other people. And from those 3 people can come new people as well. So if you know the right kind of people, that will exponentially level up your business. So if you're already going into business as a young person and you already know a lot of professionals, a lot of high-level entrepreneurs, or a lot of people doing some cool things in the world, that will level up your business even more because you can work with these people. And another thing is the relationships you have with these people. Well, your clients you can have a personal relationship with, and you should keep that relationship very strong and very healthy. Because if you don't, that's a client that you're losing. If you don't keep the relationship healthy and strong, then that client is going to forget about you. That's now going to bring in more work from new clients that they potentially know and so on and so on. So it's very important that you keep the relationships that you have with the people in your client base, in your network, within your friends, very healthy. Because not only you'll be working with them in the future again, this can lead to a lot of new opportunities coming in and so on and so on. Because this is not only about just caring about your clients and having a good relationship with them, this can lead to more work from them and from new people as well. Because you may look at it as, I'm just working with one client here. But this client, if you're doing amazing work for that and 10 new people see that, 5 of them are business owners and they need a videographer at a certain point and they've seen that video, they love it. They think it's great. They're thinking, I want that for my business. That's 5 new clients that are coming into your business. So you may be thinking, and you're thinking that you're doing work for just one person, but it's actually, you're showing your work to new people as well. And number 5 to finish this video up is comparison will kill your growth. If you're only looking at what other people are doing, what other people are creating, and what stages other people are in their process, in their business and that kind of thing, that will kill your own growth. You should visualize your road, your path, your work as a creative, as a professional, and just make that the best path, the greatest path that you can walk. You're not distracted by, what is this guy over here doing? Wow, his business is starting to look very good. This guy is doing this kind of thing. He's traveling to those places. Oh, that guy's videos look amazing. I think it's great to look for inspiration and to be on the internet looking at stuff that other people put out into the world, because that can lead to new inspiration for your videos, for your photos. But if you're only looking at that as in, wow, these people are doing way better than me. Wow, they're traveling to these places. Wow, their business is doing this amount of numbers per month. Then you're going to get trapped in just looking at it. You're going to be just looking and staring at it. But when you're looking at inspiration and actually creating that stuff for yourself, for example, you're looking at someone that is traveling to the Philippines and boom, you book a flight to the Philippines and you're here and you're creating content that you want to create here. And that is going to build your road, build your path, because you're on your own path. If you're just looking at other people, that will just kill your own growth. So stay on your own path and follow that. Make that the best possible path for you. That's already the end of the video. This cafe is closing, so I need to get the fuck out of here. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.